What if the most important military supply route in the world is one America cannot even enter? Not the Strait of Hormuz, let me tell you, not even the Red Sea, but a silent inland sea hidden between Russia and Iran. Yes, a hidden one. Tonight, while the world remains obsessed with the Gulf tensions, another strategic corridor is quietly changing the balance of basically the power between the Middle East. The Caspian Sea, a body of water where the United States Navy has no legal access to, no blockade power, no military leverage, and according to the intelligence, the assessment is now being discussed in the security circles where Russia may be using its untouchable routes to help Iran rebuild its military arsenal after months of pressure and confrontation. And that changes almost everything. Because for months, the Western strategy was built around one assumption, and that assumption was that cut off Iran, pressure its oil exports, and monitor the Gulf. That was the only strategy. Now control the shipping lanes was added bonus point to this. But you know what? There's another layer to it. What if Iran never needed the Gulf in the first place? Now reports now suggest that Moscow has opened what analysts are calling a military backdoor across the Caspian Sea, moving the drone parts, military equipments, and strategic cargo directly into Iran through waters, like completely outside the American naval reach. Quiet, efficient, secret, and almost invisible. Now make no mistakes, this is not just about the cargo ships. This is about the survival networks. Yes, I repeat, the survival networks. Because Iran's drone capabilities have become even central to its regional strategy, from surveillance to asymmetric warfare. And after the repeated strikes, the sabotage operations and sanction pressure, rebuilding that arsenal became critical for Tehran. And that is where Russia enters the bigger picture. Suddenly, the Iran and the Russian partnership no longer looks like symbolic, more operational. In fact, I would say highly operational. However, the real danger is not just military. It is strategic. Yes, strategic, because if the Caspian corridor remains active, it exposes a major limitation in American power projection. The US, has dominated the oceans. It can patrol the choke points, it can actually assess the blockade, it can sanction the ports, but it cannot legally move the warships into the Caspian Sea. And Moscow knows it. Tehran knows it as well. And that creates a protected artery, basically an artery running straight into the heart of Iran's defense infrastructure. While attention says that it was only fixed on Hormuz, the real logistics were the part of already happening elsewhere, and basically out of the sight, beyond the radar headlines. And yet, this raises an even bigger question. If Russia can keep Iran's supply through the untouchable routes that basically US cannot touch, can any future blockade actually work there? Or are we witnessing the rise of a parallel military network designed significantly to bypass the Western pressure altogether? Now, a bigger question. Tonight, the Caspian Sea may look calm on the map, but beneath that silence on the sea, a geopolitical shift that may already be underway. What are your thoughts on this? Make sure to comment down below.